Hey there guys, Spazzy here, aka Syndromes, and this video title is exactly what it sounds like. I'm gonna make a huge, I'm gonna be correcting a rather sizable mistake that I did during yesterday's video, and the situation is pretty much this. I posted a vote regarding what do we do with our current mining ships because they were too large. They were too large to actually mine in the very dense systems, you know, the ones with a very many small asteroids, and I posted a poll regarding what to do. The problem is, I posted that poll on 5 p.m. my time, and then I started actually recording the video for that day at 10 p.m. It was only a difference of 5 hours, and during that time, the poll was split 50-50. Now, I simply, at that point, took the one, preference that I thought would be faster and easier to do, which was, of course, to resize the ships. Now, the problem is that once I finished recording that video, the poll had shifted. And by the time of this morning, which is, at the time recording this video, 11 in the AM, the poll actually shows that you guys wanted me to basically conserve the existing ships as, you know, historical artifacts, and create new ships. So I'm going to go back and actually do that, because I know that I could simply say, well, the poll was X when, you know, I did it, but the problem is, what's the point of me doing these videos with the input of my watchers if I don't actually follow my own thing? So, we're gonna quickly just take these ships one at a time and do the do. So, first one up is the Bumblebee. And the way this is going to work, I could just load a autosave, but I'm pretty sure that for the Beluga and the other ship, that might actually be a very big, first of all, refine ores. I need to... I probably need to empty this thing as well. We're actually going to do that. Yeah, so the current situation is that I'm simply going to replace, like, I went through the footage, I checked out how big the ship was before I made the adjustments, and all I'm going to do is just upscale it back, and then mothball it. And after that, we are going to spend an episode to create a replacement. These replacements will be also 2K in size. You already have a job running. That's fine. How long does it take? 50 seconds. So yeah, that is the current situation. So this video is technically speaking episode 44 question mark, but in practice it's not. All I'm going to do is going to really quickly make sure that these ships... So this is another problem, like... I probably want to space these ships out a little bit, because right now, for example, the Beluga is waiting to put down its stuff into it. So, refine ores. Refine ores. But the problem is, there's a line. So hopefully that is going to be done fairly quickly. Oh, that was our, there we go. And there we go. So now all that needs to be done is this dude. I think. You need to be docked? Do I though? Sounds like effort. There we go. So let me quickly check if all of these ships are empty. Yep, the Swordfish is empty. And the Beluga is not empty. Having a ship use its own resource depot might actually be a good idea. There we go. And now we do the same for this thing. So, yeah. That's exactly what we're going to do. And we're going to start off with the Bumblebee. Let's go remove everything. Just literally everything needs to go. After that, we can actually record. I don't know. Like at this point in time, I don't really know if this is going to be an actual episode. Like, is it going to be a numbered episode, or just me fixing an issue? I do not yet know. But yeah, let's remove everything again. There we go. And what we're going to do is we're just going to use the modify entire ship. And the Bumblebee was at 6 point... Sorry, there we go. At 6.13. So let's see how this goes. There we go. 3.38. 5.8. We're aiming at 6.13. 6.39. No. Too much. Too much. $6.18. Close enough. And so what's going to happen is that once we do this, we can then do the following. I am actually going to leave the mechanics. So the mechanics repair the ship, right? So what's going to happen is I'm just going to nuke all the miners, all of the engineers, all the crewmen, all the sergeants, and all the lieutenants. So I think that's going to be fine. Actually, no, never mind. We actually do need some sergeants and whatever. Well, I screwed that up a little bit. Let's auto-assign it. I just need to keep this thing functional. It doesn't have to be good. It just needs to not deteriorate over time. That's the only thing that it needs to do. Alright, so let's go back. So first things first, we have to quickly collect our stuff. And we're gonna do that. Let's just take that. Boosh. There we go. Now up for the Swordfish. The Swordfish was 5.76 at the start. And that is what we're gonna be trying to aim for. And after this is done, we can create the new ships. Or try to, at least. Which is kind of a shame, because the Bumblebee is actually so new. And the Bumblebee, technically speaking, could actually survive pretty well in large systems, like the systems with population, because the asteroid fields here are much less dense. So yeah, let's just go straight up for like 30. So we're going to go from 2K to 5.70. I mean, I could use math and figure out how much I need to enlarge it by. But that sounds like effort. 5.5. 5.85. Let's reduce it by 1. 5.40, 5.67. That is close enough. That is just straight up close enough. And I really don't care. So, let's do the following then. I'm going to be leaving the unneat... Oh. Never mind. So we're actually going to leave everything but the mechanics, because we need a few more of them. There we go. And everything else is perfectly fine. Obviously, we are kind of wasting money here, considering we need to, like, pay the captains, for example. But I think in the end, it is still a good idea to leave them as they are, because if I do need to move them at some point, I will want to do so. And okay, that is 2 down. Oh. The swordfish is slow. I mean, all of these ships are going to be really, really slow. There we go. And now then, last one. Where are you at? Beluga. Our first, technically first mining ship. The thing is, I'm not dismantling it. I'm just retiring it. There's a small difference, which is, you know, just so, but still. The Beluga and the others are not going to go anywhere. It's just that we are evolving our fleet, and these ships, while they are going to continue existing, are not going to be a part of our main fleet anymore. So then, let's remove all of this. And then, the Beluga was 5.95. $5.9. 5.63. 603, too much. 5.82. Close enough. And there you go. That's the Beluga. And as for the crew, we're going to dismiss all the crew that we don't need. And we really don't need a lot of them. I'm inclined to just dismiss everything that we don't need. So, out of 36, let's just cut that down a little bit. There we go. And just dismiss all the other crewmen. And that's it. Again, I could have just used an autosave, but, like, we've modified these ships, except for, you know, the Bumblebee. We've modified these things so much and so often that it doesn't really matter anymore. So, as for these guys, this is Galactic Birth Prime. This is the capital of the Pooh guys. So, I'm just gonna station them here. And so, with that in mind, Beluga, get over here. Bumblebee, get over here. Let's orientate them there. And the Swordfish, get over there. And there they go. That's just how it is. And with this problem settled, I'll meet you in the next video, where we actually build the replacements for these things, and make them proper, and make them nice. And also, I think before we do that, I'm actually going to create the turrets for them. Because, if they're small, they at least need to be quick. And so with that in mind, this is Fantasy Dragon aka Syndromes, and I'll see you in the next one.